Hey guys, this is Miss Huss here. This last week we're going to do time and elapsed time. So what we already know, you should know how to read a clock to the hours and minutes, 5 minutes. So if I had a clock like this and the hour hand, remember the hour hand is shorter than the minute hand. The hour hand is pointing right here. What time would it be? If you said it was 12 o'clock, you would be right. And then my minute hand points down here. And remember, we count by fives to find the 5 minutes. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So the minutes is 25. Do you remember how to write that? It's 12, 25. If we were continuing to label it, we're at 25. What comes after 25? 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. This is at 60, so we don't say it's 12:60. We just say 12 o'clock, okay? Or we move it to the next hour, which would be 1 o'clock, okay? So keep that in mind. If I were you, I would write it down on a sheet of paper to help you out. So what we'll learn how to tell time to the nearest minute, and we're going to work with elapsed time. We'll talk more about what elapsed time is, but let's look at the nearest minute first. So telling time, step 1, look at the small clock hand. So this one that's labeled right here, okay? It's between the 2 and 3. Don't you see that? So look at the last number the hour passed. It's between 2 and 3. It's past 2 though. It says do not pass the hour hand. So has it passed 3? No, it hasn't. So you want your hour to be 2 and your minute hand. Let's look at step 2. Look at the big hand, clock hand. We got this big hand right here. And it says start at the top and count by 5s, just like I told you. So if we count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. The minute is 25 minutes. The time is 2:25. Okay, let's try some more. So we have to show 10:47 a.m. on the clock. Do you remember what a.m. stands for? Usually that's morning, okay? Some of you might just be getting out of bed at 10:47. At school at 10:47, we would be almost done with lunch. So let's look at the hour hand first. Show 10:47, so the hour is 10. Now, we don't want to put the hour hand right at 10 because it's already past 10 o'clock. So I would move it so that, let's try to make it straight. I would put it so that it is closer to 11 o'clock, okay? So it's not perfect, but we're not always perfect. And then the minute hand is 47. Well, if I show my clock like this, I can see where it's in between. So I'm almost done labeling all this. Do you remember what 12 is? Remember, it's 0, okay? So I know 47 is in between 45 and 50. Using the little hands, I can count by 1. So there's 45. 46, 47. If I keep on going, there's 48, 49, and at the 10 again, it's 50. So I know the minute hand has to be on 47. The minute hand is always exact, so it won't be between 10 and 11. You can exactly put it where it needs to be, okay? So there it is. It's 10:47 a.m. on the clock. Have you noticed how the clock doesn't say a.m. on it or p.m.? That's okay, okay? So it says 2:11 p.m. on the clock. P.m., what do you think that means? Morning, afternoon, what do you think? I would say afternoon. If we were at school in the afternoon at 2:11 p.m., we would be about to be going home either by car or by bus. So that kind of puts us in perspective. So if we look at the 2, because that's the hour, have we passed 2 o'clock? Yes. So it will be between the 2 and 3. Is it closer to 2 o'clock or closer to 3 o'clock? I would say it's closer to 2 o'clock, so I'm going to put my minute hand closer to 2. Okay? And then my hour hand, sorry guys, my minute hand is at 2:11. So if you remember, we could count by 5s. 5, 10, 15. Stop and pause. Why do you think I stopped at 15 and didn't go farther? I stopped because I know 11 is between 10 and 15 minutes. Okay? So let's count up until we get to 11, starting at 10. 10, 11. Wow, that was fast. So my minute hand is going to go right here. Okay? So the next one that we do, I would like, or actually, we're going to try something else. All right, so what is elapsed time? It's the amount of time that has passed from when something starts to when it finishes. For example, Miss Haas ate lunch at 12 o'clock. She ate her dessert at 12:23. How much time did it take her to eat her lunch? So I ate lunch right at 12. So my minute hand and my hour hand's right at 12 o'clock. Then all the way to 12:23. I'm going to label it to help me out. Stopping at 25 because 23 is between 20 and 25. So I went, if we do our math, 5, 10, 15, 20. Right now I went 20 minutes. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay? So I made 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 minutes. Plus, how many little jumps did I make? 1, 2, 3. 3. So how much time did it take me to eat lunch? It took me 23 minutes to eat lunch. So we can also do this on a number line. So if we were to roll out a clock so that it's straight, it would look like a number line, like the one below. I made it easier because I went ahead and wrote 5, 10, 15, 20 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to 12. Okay? So the first clock would be at 12 because I had lunch at 12. Okay? And then the second would be at 12:23. So 12:23. So since I started at 12, I'm going to start right here. So this is my starting point. I started at 0. Okay? And I took 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps. So I'm going to show 4 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at 20. Then I took 3 little jumps because 4, 12, 23. 1, 2, 3. So it took me, if each of these are 5 minutes and we count by 5s, it takes 20 minutes plus the 3 little jumps I make, which is 23 minutes. Okay, let's try another one. Kareem started playing video games at 9:11. So on our first clock, we want to show 9:11 a.m. Look at that. So did he play in the morning or at night? If you say morning, you are correct. And then 11, 5, 10, 15. Okay. His mom told him to get off at 9:45. So my hour hand is still between 9 and 10. And then I need to go to 9:45. I'm counting by 5s right now. All right, I can stop there because I've already gotten to 9:45. So my minute hand is going to go straight at the 9. Right? So 9:45. I showed it. Now let's show it on the number line for help. So at 9:11, where is 11? Because we're not going to look at the hours right now. We're just looking at the minutes because it's in the same hour. Where's 11 on here? There's 5, there's 10, and one more would be 11. Okay? And then we're going to 9:45. I'm going to put a dot at 45 so I know to stop. All right? So for me, it's easier to count by 5s, but right now I'm not at a 5. So let's make a jump or some jumps until I get to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I made 4 little jumps to get to 5. Let's now count by 5s until we get to 45. You ready? We're going to start at 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Up, I know to stop because I'm at my stopping point. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We have 30 minutes plus the 4 minutes. So 30 plus 4, he got to play video games for 34 minutes. Lucky Kareem. Okay? All right, the next one I would like you to try on your own. While you are trying it, I'm going to label the clocks and see if you get it right. Alright, so you might have noticed when I was starting to do this, I didn't need to number my clock. When you work with clocks more, you won't need to number it either, okay? So, Ilana started drawing at 4:24. Her mom told her to clean her room at 54, 54. How long did Alana draw? So where should we start at on this number line? Because I don't think it's 0. If you're saying 424, so at 24 we should start, you're correct. Where should we end at? I would say 54, which is right here. All right, so we make our little jumps of minutes first. So that was 1 minute. And then we're going to make our big jumps of 5. So we're going from 25 all the way, we're going to stop at 50 because we can't go to 55 because that's too far. So let's go. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. How many jumps was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's count by 5s on those jumps. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. So there's 30 minutes so far, plus 1 from the beginning. And then let's make our little jumps to get to 54. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 4 little jumps, so it's plus 4. So if we add all these together, we'll find out how long Alana was able to draw for. So 30 plus 1 is 31. 31 plus 4 is 35 minutes. So Ilana drew for 35 minutes. I hope you had fun with this as much as I did. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye, guys.